The second season of One Punch Man is considered by some to be disappointing, but not by me. I think it's a worthy sequel to a pretty amazing anime. I do have noticed a lack of the clever writing from the first century in the series here, and unfortunately, we don't get to see Saitama fight as often as we are used to. Not to say there ain't enough action to go around, oh no. The second season of One Punch Man has numerous battles and gives more screen time to other heroes to shine. This was one of my few criticisms in regard with the first season. We didn't get much screen time to better know the other powerful S-class heroes, but now they pretty much take center stage as they're being hunted and forced to fight for their lives by a mysterious and deadly opponent who calls himself a monster. Well, now that I got to see more of the other heroes, besides Genos and Saitama, I gotta admit that the anime is starting to show its limitations in regard with its story and character development. The first season of One Punch Man relied heavily on its clever writing and visual storytelling to keep an overpowered character like Saitama relevant and interesting despite its one-strike response to any challenge. In the second season, however, the anime becomes more or less the very thing it used to be a parody of. By incorporating this monster association plot and structuring power levels so stereotypically between enemies and heroes alike, the show became a rather standard shonen. Even the humor pales in comparison with the first season. There are still some good moments with Saitama.
Step outside! Class B Rank 1 Hellish Blizzard would like to have a word with you!
I've already got a vacuum cleaner.
But the anime takes itself too serious to work with the same formula that made it different and above all clever and engaging to begin with. I think the biggest detriment to the second season is that it focuses too little on its main character. Most of the fun in the series is seeing Saitama overpower every obstacle thrown in his way with a single punch, but now we barely even see him flex his muscles as he used to. Most of the victories happen so fast or in the background. There's no fun in this. Let us see the One Punch Man calculate his moves and perform his unstoppable technique. You can have other heroes show their skills as well, but that does not mean pushing Saitama away in the background. Genos is the most consistent hero throughout the series. He's still clueless, static, and very loyal to his master.
Master Saitama, apologies. I kicked up some dust around your home.
This is a little more than some dust, Genos.
Genos has the best comedic relief moments throughout the second season, and even enjoys the better fights between heroes and monsters alike.
You will be eliminated.
I think he is pretty handsome, and it's a shame that his body is almost completely made out of steel, because that means he ain't gonna go chasing after girls anytime soon. Or maybe ever.
Why are they already booing me?
Hey, isn't that Genos from Class S? I guess he's a fight fan.
This brings me to my other criticism of the series. Where's the fanservice? Where are the boobs? The second season tried to incorporate some more developed females like Blizzard and that dominatrix Master Girl who can enslave everyone with her charms. Otherwise, not much female skin is shown here. This is a shame. One Punch Man is a seinen after all. Where's the nudity? Oh well, I guess violence, blood and murder is allowed, but showing some titties is not. Where was I? Oh yeah. Genos is pretty amazing. I like his iron will, pun intended, and determination to always improve his ability and become stronger with every upgrade. There are a few instances where his personal character arc is being teased, but as far as the second season is concerned, he more or less gets his ass kicked on a number of occasions.
What do you think it is that I am lacking, Master?
It's power, right?
Thank you very much, Master!
The second season of One Punch Man also introduced a bunch of new characters to the series and even manages to further develop existing ones like Tento Master and Metal Bat. But first, let's talk about the person who seems to be taking center stage this season, namely Garou, the hero hunter. He's a complete badass and very efficient in disposing his opponents using his martial arts skill Not as strong as Saitama, that's for sure.
Who do you think you are? Don't bother me when I'm shopping.
But still, a deadly villain to be introduced within the story, and I hope he will become some sort of a rival to the main character, as Garou can still become so much more powerful.
This is the freaking best. I know I can become so much stronger.
I like his journey in making a name out of himself within the Hero Association by taking down prominent figures from the S-Class fighters. Dr. Master was the first real challenge he had to overcome. And sadly for the heroes, his skills proved to be more than enough to overpower his muscle head. I enjoy his second fight with an S-Class hero a bit more than his other clashes, maybe because we get to learn a bit more about Metal Bat, a guy that looks like the delinquent best friend archetype of most 90s shonen. He seems to be a likable guy, and suddenly has the strength to back his attitude. Garou is underestimating his opponents, and Metal Bat proves to be more challenging than he anticipated.
His swings are coming faster.
I like their fight. Not only is Metal Bat wounded and worn out, but he has previously faced a dragon threat level and was ready to get back into the fray, if not for Garou and his desire for combat. I said the battle ends in a tie. I mean, Garou has overpowered him on many occasions, but Metal Bat gets the drop on him and nearly delivers the finishing blow, if not for his demanding little sister.
I'll take you shopping another time, I promise. Oh, come on, please don't cry. I'll explain everything later.
Does he have a sister lolly complex? Yeah, this is time after all, so more than probable.
What's going on here?
Anyway, Garou is a rogue, badass who only fights either alone or more oftenly outnumbered by his opponents. But the appeal of his character lies in his determination to fight for the underdog. And considering the fact that he does not kill anyone this season, I say he is more or less an anti-hero rather than a villain.
If you want respect, if you don't want to be bossed around, then you gotta get strong.
There are other interesting characters to further develop, like S-Class hero rank 7 King, the strongest man alive.
He's no ordinary man!
The anime itself starts with King showing off his demanding presence and making enemies submit without even a fight.
It's the sound you hear when King goes into battle. They say there's not a single monster who's heard it and survived.
He has a reputation as an invincible fighter, and every monster seems to fear him. The joke is, however, that King is basically a charlatan. His whole prestige and reputation is based on chance and coincidence. He has taken credit for other heroes, mostly Saitama's, actions. Despite all that, I really like King. His persona definitely panders towards an older audience, but he's done in such a fun manner that in the end King is a welcome addition to Saitama's entourage. They play video games together, and the main character simply sucks at fighting games.
Games stress me the hell out. I am gonna pop.
If you ever win, that'll go away.
Now I can relate to that. Give me some RPGs like Witcher or Mass Effect, and I can play on the hardest difficulty possible. But have me win a tournament in Street Fighter, and I'm basically doomed. Another compelling and interesting character that gets introduced this season is Blizzard, or I like to call her Brazzers. Oh man, I want some fan service in this anime.
Soon you'll be bound and behind bars.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't toy with my sadistic instincts.
She's the younger sister of the lowly S-Class hero, Tatsumaki, aka Tornado of Terror, and unlike her, Blizzard actually has some titties. We don't get to see them sadly, but she's voluptuous enough to make me search for her pictures on the internet, which is more than I can say of any other female in this series. I like her ambitious and ruthless personality. She's ready to crush anyone into submission, but as she encounters Saitama, it is proven to her that being a hero means more than your rank and social status.
The world is chock full of super strong and pretty awful people. Standing up to them is what heroes do.
Now this scene in episode 3 really shows which demographic is targeted by this anime. This looks like a bunch of college students all living in one room. Well, considering that I'm almost there myself, I approve of this show. Now there's more to cover about this season, like the fact that Garou used to be Silver Fang's #1 disciple, and now his master is trying to capture him alive. The way Zero Fang walks with his back slightly tilted, and even has a taller, equally skilled companion, really reminds me of Killra's family from Hunter x Hunter. The visual resemblance is too strong for me to ignore. Speaking about that, it's also kind of funny how Saitama and Genos kind of resemble Asiel and Mao from Devil is a Part-Timer. A strong but goofy main character with a taller blonde subordinate that is extremely loyal and respects him as his disciple. All that aside, there is also a tournament involved in the second season of One Punch Man, which again is the most overused idea in any existing shonen. Now let's talk about Kata getting pummeled to the ground and beaten up to an inch of their lives. Garou gets his share of punishment when Genos and Silver Fang gang up on him while he was already beaten to a pulp. And there's also this handsome guy, Shiryu. He acts as a cocky womanizer that is actually worth his talk.
Ladies, pardon me. Would you mind if I tag along?
Wait, aren't you? It's him!
So yeah? Cool.
But once the fighting tournament ends, he's pummeled to near his death by monsters. Now this is unnecessary violence, in my opinion, and a shitty way to develop any kind of katas, but at least I can relate with him at the moment of his painful defeat and humiliation. You see, I fought against uneven odds once, and the social beatdown I got is kinda similar. And on that helpful note, I give the second season of One Punch Man an 8 out of 10. I like this anime, as the series is starting to show its limitations by trying to cooperate more, therefore ending up giving us less of what made the first season special.
I will make you regret ever choosing to mock me, fool. I'll kill you so bad you'll beg for death.